Welcome to Full-Time Hockey, more NHL news, as today we announced the draft results, or the draft lottery results for teams 1 to 16. And as usual, the draft lottery results are being announced by Mr. Billy Daly. And you probably all heard of the news by now that the first overall pick was won by Chicago. The Blackhawks have the number 1 pick, in which they can and probably will select Connor Bedard with it. Anyhow, let's just review what had happened in this draft lottery, starting from the bottom. At number 16, Calgary Flames. So the Calgary Flames finished 5th in the Pacific with 93 points, which was 2 points short of the Winnipeg Jets for a final playoff spot in the West. So if they were able to win 2 more games or 1 game and a half with the overtime points, they would have gone in and surpassed the Jets for the final wildcard spot in the West. But nope, they did not make it, so they will get their chances in the draft lottery. Slight at 0.5% to win the first overall number 1 pick. But nope, they got the last one, so they're at number 16. Next up, at number 15, Nashville Predators. The Preds finished also in 5th in the Central Division with 92 points, so 1 point short of the Flames and 3 points back of the Winnipeg Jets for that final playoff spot. They had tried making that push at the end of the season, but they could not outscore their opponents in the final 3 or 4 games and remained in the same spot. So they could not pass the Jets and retain their spot at number 15 with the 0.5% odds. Aside from their own first rounder, they also received an additional first round pick from the Edmonton Oilers for the Matthias Ekholm trade. Next up on the odds listing, number 14, the Pittsburgh Penguins with 1.5% chance to win number 1. Now, since 2006, the Pittsburgh Penguins have always made the playoffs, and this is the very first time they have not. They have not made the postseason in this Crosby era. They finished 5th with 91 points, 2 points short of the Islanders, only 1 point back of the Florida Panthers that edged them for that final wildcard spot in the East. So, with 1.5% to win the number 1, they had failed clearly, and they will remain at number 14 and get the 14th overall pick. Next in line, number 13, with a 2% chance to win the lottery, the Buffalo Sabres. So the same as the Penguins, they finished the season with 91 points, but they won 2 extra regular season games in regulation time. And actually they played pretty good this year, much better than before, and with the emergence of Tage Thompson, who almost got 100 points in the season, second season only, with 94 actually to close the season. They've got better chances not to get into the lottery next year. Hopefully they can make it into the playoffs finally. But this year they'll still have to endure through this draft lottery and stick with number 13. In slot number 12 with 2.5% chance to win is the Senators. So the Senators will be giving their pick away to the Coyotes in that Jacob Chikrin trade. So they gave away that first round pick to shore up their defenses, so they won't be having that pick this year. Above them, number 11, the Vancouver Canucks with 3% chance to win. They're the usual suspects in this category to get draft picks, as they have never made the postseason since 2010 or 2011. Anyhow, Vancouver finished finished 6th in the Pacific with only 83 points, so far ways away from making any playoff appearance. Next is a little bit of a disappointment in St. Louis. They got number 10 with 3.5% chance to win the lottery. The Blues finished 6th in the Central this year with only 81 points. Ugly. Since their win in 2018, they have been on decline, and this year they have just completely missed the playoffs by quite a bit. So they'll remain in number 10 in this draft selection order. Number 9, Detroit Red Wings. Red Wings, as usual, haven't been doing much, haven't been making any playoff appearances lately. They finished 7th in the Atlantic with only 80 points. And they remain in number 9. Next, number 8, the Washington Capitals. The first time in 8 years they have not made the playoffs. This is a big surprise, as they finished worse than the Penguins. They finished in 6th place with only 80 points this season. Whoa, what a big surprise for Ovi and his squad this year. Some of his buddies like Orlov even had to be traded off, or they made a big sale. So, can the Capitals make it back next year? Anyways, they got the 8th overall pick, so they might get somebody of some significance in this draft, which is supposed to be deep in forwards. Number 7, Philadelphia Flyers hold that 6.5% chance to win spot. They finished worse than the Capitals, finished 7th place in the Metro with only 75 points. And that's the 3rd worst team in the East. So they haven't been doing well, and they get the 7th overall pick. Okay, Arizona, number 6. Arizona has a 7.5% chance to win number 1. This is their original first round pick, and they got a lower pick from Ottawa for the Chikrin trade. So this draft year, they'll be having 2 picks in the top 16. Number 5, Montreal Canadiens. 8.5% chance to win. They finished dead last in the Atlantic and second last in the Eastern Conference with 68 points only. Last year they won number 1 with their choice of Slafkovsky. So this year they've got number 5. And who shall they pick this time around? Okay, and now we're at number 4, San Jose Sharks. San Jose Sharks finished their season with 60 points only. That's the 3rd worst in the West. 2nd last in the Pacific. Even though Eric Carlson had a 100-point season, their team wasn't performing as well as Mr. Carlson did. So they will take number 4, and this will be the last team to take the original spot in this lottery odds seeding. Alright, so in the top 3 here, originally the odds had the Anaheim Ducks in first place with 18.5% to win. They finished dead last in the Pacific and dead last in the Western Conference with only 58 points. Next, Columbus Blue Jackets had a 13.5% chance to win the lottery. They came in number 2. They finished dead last in the Metro and dead last in the Eastern Conference with only 59 points. So 1 point more than the Ducks. And then 3rd place holder with 11.5% chance to win was the Chicago Blackhawks with 59 points, same as Columbus Blue Jackets. But I think, let's see, they had 1 more regulation win, so they were slightly lower placed seed than the Blue Jackets were for this lottery odds rankings. But as fate had it, the ping pong balls went in the favor of the Blackhawks as they jumped from 3rd place to 1st place and actually winning the lottery. Columbus Blue Jackets got bumped down from 2nd to 3rd, and Anaheim Ducks got bumped down from 1st to 2nd. So in total, everything was in the original order except for Chicago getting the lucky draw. And they jumped from 3rd place to 1st place and eventually winning this Connor Bedard Sweepstakes, as they have the choice to draft 1st overall and select the player of their choice. Most likely this player will be Connor Bedard, and upon winning this lottery, the Blackhawks organization immediately got many proceeds from their sponsors or their fan base, as their season ticket sales immediately skyrocketed, and they sold $2.5 million worth of season tickets after they were announced the winner of this draft lottery. So this Connor Bedard enthusiasm has already brought Chicago some spectacular results. Looking back into history, the last time the Chicago Blackhawks had won first overall pick was back in 2007, where they drafted the spectacular Patrick Kane. And eventually, with Patrick Kane, they were able to win 3 Stanley Cups. So, can Connor Bedard replicate the success of Patrick Kane? We shall see and we shall follow. Anyhow, these were the results of the 2023 Draft Lottery, and we hope all parties involved are satisfied with the results. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for your support. It will be much appreciated. Thank you.